Academic Script, Climate Change and Sustainability. Alex. Hello and welcome to a special edition of the podcast. Today, we are shifting our focus to a topic of unprecedented importance. I'm Alex. Sarah, and I'm Sarah. Today, we are discussing climate change and global sustainability. Alex. This is not just about learning English. It's about equipping you with the vocabulary to discuss the most critical issue of the 21st century. Sarah, exactly. Whether you are taking the IELTS exam, writing a university essay, or participating in a business strategy meeting, you need precise language. You can't just say the weather is changing. Alex, you need to talk about global warming, carbon emissions, and mitigation strategies. Sarah, today we will analyze the causes, the severe consequences, and the potential solutions to this global crisis. Let's dive into the science and the language. Part 1. Causes and terminology. Alex. Let's start with the fundamentals. Sarah, what is the distinction between global warming and climate change? Many people use them interchangeably. Academic discussion 1. Definitions. Sarah, that's a crucial distinction. Global warming refers specifically to the long-term rise in Earth's average temperature. Alex, whereas climate change is a broader term. It encompasses global warming but also includes extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and shifting wildlife populations. Sarah, precisely. And the primary driver of this phenomenon is the greenhouse effect. Alex, could you elaborate on that for our listeners? Sarah, certainly. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane trap heat in the atmosphere. They act like a blanket, preventing heat from escaping into space. Alex, and human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, have significantly increased the concentration of these gases. Sarah, another contributing factor is deforestation. When we cut down forests, we lose our natural carbon sinks, trees that absorb CO2. Discussion ends. Alex, key vocabulary here. Interchangeably, used in place of each other. Encompasses, includes comprehensively. Fossil fuels, non-renewable energy sources, coal, oil. Deforestation, the clearing of forests on a massive scale. Part 2. Consequences, the impact. Sarah, now that we understand the causes, we must address the consequences. And they are dire. Alex, we are not just talking about warmer summers. We are witnessing extreme weather events. Academic discussion 2. The impact. Sarah, absolutely. Hurricanes are becoming more intense, droughts are lasting longer, and wildfires are devastating vast areas. Alex, furthermore, there is the issue of melting glaciers and rising sea levels. Coastal cities are at risk of being submerged within this century. Sarah, this leads to another tragedy, habitat loss and biodiversity loss. Many species are facing extinction because they cannot adapt fast enough to the changing environment. Alex, and let's not forget the human cost. We are starting to see climate refugees, people forced to flee their homes due to environmental disasters. Sarah, it creates a domino effect. Environmental instability leads to economic instability and social unrest. Discussion ends. Sarah, advanced vocabulary recap. Dire, extremely serious or urgent. Submerged, covered by water. Biodiversity, the variety of life in the world or a particular ecosystem. Domino effect, a chain reaction. Part 3. Solutions, mitigation versus adaptation. Alex, it paints a bleak picture, but we must focus on solutions. In academia, we categorize solutions into 2 main strategies, mitigation and adaptation. Academic discussion 3. Strategies. Sarah, let's define them. Mitigation involves reducing the flow of heat-trapping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Alex, this means transitioning to renewable energy, sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Sarah, and aiming for carbon neutrality, where a country or company removes as much carbon as it emits. Alex, on the other hand, we have adaptation. This means adjusting to the actual or expected future climate. Sarah, for example, building higher seawalls to protect against floods, or developing drought-resistant crops for agriculture. Alex. So mitigation is avoiding the unmanageable, and adaptation is managing the unavoidable. Discussion ends. Sarah. That was a great summary, Alex. Mitigation. Action of reducing the severity or seriousness of something. Renewable energy. Energy from a source that is not depleted when used. Carbon neutrality. Having a balance between emitting and absorbing carbon. Part 4. The debate. Individual versus corporate. Alex. Finally, let's touch upon the controversy. Who is responsible? Is it the individual or the corporations? Academic discussion 4. The debate. Sarah. This is a contentious issue. Some argue that individuals must reduce their carbon footprint by recycling, eating less meat, and flying less. Alex. I agree to an extent. However, critics argue that individual action is negligible compared to the emissions of industrial conglomerates. Just 100 companies are responsible for 71% of global emissions. Sarah. That is a valid point. Therefore, we need systemic change in government legislation, not just individual recycling habits. Alex. Nevertheless, consumer behavior drives corporate production. If we demand sustainable products, companies will be forced to adapt. Sarah, so it is a shared responsibility. We need both bottom-up consumer pressure and top-down government regulation. Discussion ends. Alex. Excellent debate language. Contentious. Likely to cause an argument. Controversial. Negligible. So small or unimportant as to be not worth considering. Systemic change. Change that affects the entire system, not just parts of it. Outro and academic homework. Alex. We have covered a vast amount of complex territory today. Sarah. Discussing the environment requires precision. We hope this session has expanded your lexicon. Alex, your academic homework. Write a 150-word paragraph answering this question. Is it too late to reverse climate change, or can technology save us? Try to use the words mitigation and sustainability. Sarah. And our question of the day. Do you believe nuclear energy should be part of the green energy solution? Why or why not? Alex. A very controversial topic. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Sarah. Stay curious, stay informed. Goodbye.